Hey Internet Land, this is Megan from Megan May Daily, and I am bringing you something new today. Allie of Shy Biker has been interviewing bloggers for her blog, and I decided to go a little non-traditional with my interview. She sent us a selection of questions, and I chose a few to talk about, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will see about making another one of these videos. Okay, so to start out with, she asked, who are your closest friends? Definitely Megan of Cirque du Froc, and of course Allie herself, and my mom was one of my biggest friends. And if you've been following my blog, then you'd know that I lost her a little over a year ago, and it's been a learning process figuring out what to do about losing my mom. What kind of support do they offer you? Well, Megan has been a truly wonderful person in my life. She has been there through dealing with my mental health issues. She has been there through the loss of my mom. She's been reading my blog for a very long time. And of course, my blog has been the only way that I can connect to my friends. How many close friends does a person need? For me, it's usually been about one. But I always welcome more people, to be better friends with me. My mom has always been a constant in my life, and now that she has passed away, I'm definitely feeling that loss. I've always kind of had one close best friend throughout my life. Childhood, it was a girl named Chastity. Middle school, girl named Katie, and high school, my friend Michael, who unfortunately we kind of drifted apart, and that was when I met Megan of Cirque du Froc, and we very quickly became best friends. When we're children and teens, we're surrounded by kids our own age, and it's easy to find friends. When we grow up, however, it's harder to find potential friends, and many people in their 20s and later bemoan this. Did you experience this? Yes, a lot. I tend to be a very private person when it comes to face-to-face conversation. I edit myself a lot, and it's harder to make connections with strangers, especially with an anxiety disorder. College is a very different situation than high school is, so you're thrown in to the shark pool a little less, and therefore you may or may not retain the friendships you make in college. And then once you leave college, you're typically into the workforce. And hello, Spike. That was my cat. Of course, he's one of my buds too. But when you're in the workforce, you're kind of limited to the people that you work with and the people that you meet. And of course, in my case, I am married, and so therefore a lot of my friends have been my husband's friends. And like I said, it's been hard for me to meet people. So yeah, definitely when you become an adult, it's a lot harder to make friends, especially lasting friendships that are deeper than, just somebody you know through work or somebody you happen to see frequently. Allie said, what advice do you have for people on finding and making friends in adulthood? I think that's where I'm still working on things. That's my cat again. I'm still trying to figure that out. Don't be afraid of the internet and meeting people through the internet. Obviously, there are going to be creepy people, but there's also going to be people who share your passions and your interests that maybe you don't find in your town or your city, and it's a way for you to reach out and touch people who you'd otherwise never meet. I never would have met Megan, and you know, certainly never fostered my love of Sherlock and science fiction, fantasy writing. I certainly never would have been able to be the person I am without her. And she really is the best friend that I needed. And through my blog, I have met so many people who have been supportive of me, who I can't even name them all, because the internet has been such an outpouring of wonderful people who genuinely care. And it's easy to find people who are not friendly on the internet, but it's also possible to find people who are really genuinely good people. So my advice is definitely don't give up on that, but also look into what's around you. Maybe drive a little further, maybe carpool with some friends, look into free events. I've definitely had to do a lot of touristing of my own areas to learn about what's available. It hasn't really netted me any in real life friends yet, but that's one of my goals, I guess, is to find more people to be friends with. So those are the questions I have for Allie, and if you have maybe a series of questions or something you're curious about, feel free, like I said, leave it in the comments, and I will see about doing another one of these videos.